Hello, my name's Joelle. I'm a 32-year-old female living in Florida, and I'm going to start a series of videos, starting with this one, talking about mental health, drug addiction, recovery, and DBT skills, which is a form of therapy that I'm going through. First of all, just a little bit about myself. I was sexually abused by a stepfather and by another male family member at a very early age. I was taken away from my biological mother and my two younger siblings at the age of 8. I was placed in foster care in Florida. While I was in foster care, I also continued to receive sexual abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse. Childhood for me was not easy. From the ages of 8 years old to 17, when I was emancipated and was no longer a ward of the state, I was placed in 23 different foster homes. Childhood, like I said, was not easy for me. There was a lot of things, a lot of traumatic events that have led up to the person that I was in my addiction. For me, addiction began very early. It began with pot at between I think I was about 9, maybe 10 years old whenever I first began with pot. My love affair with drugs just began there. Just so you know, I am an addict. I'm in recovery. I believe that addiction is a disease and that it will kill me. I know that my recovery means more to me than anything else. And I know that I have to do anything and everything in order to maintain my sobriety. There's a lot of things that you're going to hear me talk about in some of these videos. And one of the first things I want to talk about is borderline personality disorder, and how sexual abuse has played into me, leading into developing this disorder. Borderline personality disorder is black and white thinking. It's one extreme or the other. You're either everything's great, life is wonderful, or oh my gosh, I'm ready to die, life sucks, everything's just bad. There isn't a whole lot of room for any other emotions. It's love or hate. There's no like or lust or any of those other emotions in between there. And that deals with pretty much every emotion. I have a lot of emotional dysregularities, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to express a lot of emotions. I don't know. I just don't have a clue sometimes whenever it comes to expressing and showing different types of emotions. So this is going to be the first video of several videos that I'm going to do. And what I first of all want to talk about is that October 19th of this coming year, I'll have 2 years sobriety. I've also been on my medications and seeing a therapist, and I'm also involved in a DBT group once a week. I see my therapist once a week. I see my doctor once a month. I've been doing that for a little over 2 years now. I'm on my medications. There's a couple of things that you need to know about me. First of all, I have to take my medications. I have to keep my appointments. I have to get my medications refilled. I have to see my therapist once a week. I have to be honest with myself, my therapist, and my doctor. I have to not hide. And I have to be able to talk about whenever I have urges to use. There's a lot of different things in my life that has caused triggers for me to want to use. My childhood has just been so painful for me that it was very easy for me at an early age to just use. I've used every drug imaginable. You name it, I've done it. I'm also polysubstance dependent, which means that I don't just use one type of drug or one classification of drug. I use any and all drugs, and I don't know when to stop. I have overdosed a couple of times in my lifetime. Not intentionally, but just that's how my addiction is. I always want to get higher and higher and higher, and that has caused to several overdoses. I've been in mental health facilities more than a couple of times in my lifetime. I think the first time that I tried to take my life, I was 14 years old. I did that with an overdose. That was a cocaine overdose. I've dealt with mental health for a long time, but the one thing that I haven't done is I haven't ever taken it seriously, and I haven't ever stuck with taking my medications and following up with a therapist and trying to learn skills and different things that I can do in order to better help my mental health, to better understand it, and to understand how addiction and mental health play hand in hand. The thing about addiction and mental health is that until you understand your mental health, get a diagnosis, understand what you're diagnosed with, and take an active part in controlling your mental health through medications and therapy, you're not going to be able to remain sober. It might last for a little while, but it's going to be short-lived, because the mental health is what causes the addiction. The pain and the anguish of the mental health is why you used. The reason that I used was because of the things that happened to me. It was easier for me to use and forget them than it was for me to deal with them. So the next couple of courses of this series of videos that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about mental health. I'm going to talk about sexual abuse, DBT therapy, self-harm. I'm going to cover a lot of different issues. I'm going to try to keep everything quick, simple, and easy and informative as possible. So please look out for other videos. Please leave comments so I know if what I'm doing is helpful or not. This is kind of a little hobby that I've picked up, and I really hope that the information that I'm able to give is helpful. So please let me know what you think about the videos. Please leave comments. I'm open to criticism. Thank you. Have a blessed day.